Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this video I want to introduce you to some recent additions to the Patina color line by Vintaj, and then also show you a really fun application for patinas. So these are what patinas look like. They're great little paint bottles, and they're permanent fast drying paint that applies to metal, which is great. So here we have a green opal, a golden agate, a turquoise, fire opal, coral, and sandstone. So these are in addition to the wide varieties of other colors already available. Now, one thing that I've been really having fun with lately are these wrap bracelets. I do them on the Wrap It loom, and I want to start to do some colorful ones. In fact, this here is the beads I'm going to use on my next one, and I want to have a button that matches because for these you use a button. So I've been having fun coloring buttons with the Vintaj Patina because it's really the perfect application. These are metal buttons, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint them. So I'm going to show you how to do a flower, and then also I thought this was a really fun application. Here we have that tree and the background has been painted. So if I was going to match my beads to my patina color here, I'd use this green opal, and I'm going to accent it with the golden agate. And then for this tree, maybe I will do something really bright. Maybe I'll do the fire opal in the background. And you don't need to seal these, which is really great. I've covered my work surface, and for a paintbrush, I am just using a pointed toothpick. I'm going to have a paper towel handy, and to squeeze my paint on, I am just going to use the bag that the patina came in. So shake up your patinas. And I'm going to do the tree first. So what's nice is if you do squeeze it out onto a plastic bag, I find the patina doesn't dry out as fast. So you actually do have some good work time anyways, but as opposed to maybe putting on like a Post-it note or something, you do have a little bit longer work time if it's on plastic. So I'm just going to take my toothpick and I'm going to put it into the background. And I'm being careful, but honestly, I'm not being super careful. So I'm going to show you how to wipe away the excess. And this is why I like using a toothpick. It does let you get into those finer areas. There are a lot of buttons out there. These ones are by TierraCast. There's a lot of different things you can do when you are trying to paint up some buttons. And it's really an application I had not used patina for before, but since I have started making these bracelets, it's really a nice way of coordinating the button, which is usually just available in a metal finish, to my beads. So it looks just a little bit more cohesive and it's a little unexpected. Looks a little more custom too. And these Vintaj patinas, because they're made from metal, are really ideal. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for just a little bit, probably just a minute or two. It dries pretty fast once it's been applied to the metal. And as that's drying, I'm going to start my flower. Pick this guy up again. Test around the edges, and it is really starting to dry. So it does dry fast once it hits the metal. I'm going to take my paper towel and go across the surface. And I'm just rubbing. And there we go. We're seeing that tree emerge, all the pretty detailed leaves. And then it stayed in the background. So there is my little silver tree with that nice poppy background of that wonderful fire opal. And now I am ready to do my flower. So for my flower, I'm going to take my toothpick and again, just use it like a paintbrush. I'm going to stay a little ways away from the center. I'm going to be blending two colors here. Okay, I'm going to take a fresh fresh toothpick. And now I'm just going to go right up to that little center area and put a little bit of the yellow. And I want to get a marbled effect. Otherwise I would have waited until this color here, the nice green opal, was dry. But I want them to blend together for me. I think that's really pretty for the flower. You'll notice I'm also just going ahead sometimes and trying to wipe off my toothpick a little. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more where it looks like it could use a little bit more and pull it out towards the outside. And there we go. Now on this one, I'm just gonna hold it for a few minutes. Actually, I don't like that little dab right there. There we go, I'm just gonna go like that. Okay. I'm just gonna hold this for a few minutes because there is enough paint in the center that if I tilted it and let it just sit like this, it might run a little bit. So I'm just gonna hold that for a few minutes. It won't take long. It'll be dry, and then I'll have my button ready to coordinate to my beads to make another one of these fun bracelets on the Rapid Loom. I hope you enjoyed this really quick idea about how you can go ahead and customize your buttons, whether you're using them for bracelets or for clothing or whatever it might be, using Vintaj Patinas, which are really, really great for metal. We've used them for a whole bunch of different purposes here at Beadaholique, and we can't say enough wonderful things about them. So these are the newer colors being added to the already extensive line of colors of Vintaj Patinas. And all of this is available at Beadaholique.com.